What if a party suddenly stopped because a glowing, disembodied hand appeared and started writing on the wall? No sound, no explanation, just glowing fingers writing words no one could read. That's exactly what happened to a king who mocked God, and the message written on that wall was a warning we still need to hear today. King Belshazzar was throwing a royal party, the wine was flowing, the music was loud, and in the middle of it all, he made a fatal mistake. He ordered his servants to bring the gold and silver cups that had been taken from God's temple in Jerusalem. These sacred objects were meant for worship, for sacrifice and holiness. But Belshazzar used them to drink wine, party, and praise idols of gold and silver. He turned what was holy into a joke. Then it happened. Out of nowhere, a hand appeared. Not a body, just fingers, glowing, writing. On the wall of the palace, words that glowed like fire. Mene, Mene, Tekel, Parson. The room went silent. The king's face turned pale. The Bible says his knees knocked together. He was terrified. No one could understand the writing. The party was over. In desperation, Belshazzar called for someone to interpret the writing. No magician or wise man could. But then, the queen remembered Daniel, the man of God who had interpreted dreams for King Nebuchadnezzar. So they called him. Daniel stood before the king, unshaken. He didn't sugarcoat the truth. He reminded Belshazzar of how his grandfather had once been humbled by God, and how Belshazzar had known that story, but still chose pride. Then Daniel revealed the meaning of the mysterious words, Mene. God has numbered your days and brought them to an end. Tekel. You have been weighed on the scales and found wanting. Perez, Parson. Your kingdom is divided and given to others. In other words, your time is up. You didn't measure up. And now, your kingdom is gone. That very night, Belshazzar was killed, and the kingdom of Babylon fell to the Medes and Persians. This story isn't just ancient history, it's a warning. How many of us are holding what's holy and treating it as common, mocking what's sacred, living in pride, ignoring the God who gives us breath? But God still speaks. And if you saw the writing on your wall today, what would it say? Would it say, "You've been faithful," or "You've been found wanting"? Let the story of Belshazzar remind us, God sees, God weighs, and God warns. Turn your heart back to Him before your time runs out.